cover-up. And I know how it feels because when my brother Tyrone West was brutally executed right here on July the 18th, 2013, they made us wait 154 days, literally, before they released a partial autopsy report. My brother came in the world with a birth certificate, and unfortunately, we could not bury my brother with a death certificate. He left this world without a death certificate because we were waiting on the medical examiner's office to release their findings. And once we got those findings, so pretty much, we're here to say that the medical examiner's office needs to be examined. Pretty much, as you know, David Fowler, when he was working here, he's very foul, he's very complicit in covering up for the police. And literally he lied and said that my brother died from a heart attack and dehydration, exacerbated by a bad heart. Like literally, he was beat to death by 17 maniacs. And unfortunately, we only got a few on here, but it was 17. Now finally, going on 8 years, I finally got an accurate count. It was 17 maniacs. But again, the reason why we're here at the medical examiner's office tonight is because I won't wish this kind of pain on anyone. But I met two sisters now that are my blood sisters. And when I say blood sisters, because we never signed up for this club. Our brother's blood is on the city's hands right now. So that's what makes us blood sisters. That's my sister, Gina. Gina said we are a blood family. When we come together, when the victims' families come together in such a way, we become blood relatives. And that's horrible. I won't wish anyone into a club we didn't sign up into. And it's saying that, unfortunately, today I saw a memory real quick on my time frame where my cousin Tavon Anderson, who's no longer here, but he said, cuz, you never asked for this. You never went to school for freedom fighting. You never did anything. This was a fight that you never asked for, but unfortunately, God called me to the task. But meanwhile, back to the reason why we're here at the medical examiner's office. As you guys know that I told y'all, when we came down here the first time we came back, I was talking about, unfortunately, there was a new victim of police brutality, and that was Timothy Fleming, gunned down in his family's home. And unfortunately, they still don't have their autopsy report. And I don't want them to be like my family, waiting 154 days, and then literally they come back with foolishness, literally with lies. Like I had to pay $50,000 to have my brother's body exhumed because you're not going to paint him out like he was a crackhead that got what he deserved. For one, my brother never used any cocaine. Let's be crystal clear. Crystal clear. The only thing my brother ever used, occasionally he would drink a few beers and occasionally he would smoke marijuana. But at the time of his execution, he was on parole, so he couldn't do anything. And all he kept saying, sis, I can't wait till I'm finished. I'm almost there. I'm going to get me a nice J. That's all he said. And then for them to lie and say he had cocaine in his system, that it wasn't in his bloodstream, it was in his urine. Are you freaking kidding me? Like the lies that they say. And the fact that when the medical examiner's office did his autopsy, guess who was in the room? Killer cops. The cops that murdered my brother were literally in the room while David Fowler and Pamela Southall signed off on his autopsy report. The autopsy was done on the 19th, and the fact that they walked in my family's house on the 19th, literally 24 hours later, telling us what the autopsy was going to say. They literally said that Mr. West's autopsy isn't done. It's going to be done around 2:30. We want to make sure Mr. West didn't die from a bad heart. We want to make sure he wasn't dehydrated because it was really hot out there. We want to make sure Mr. West didn't have any heart issues. And Lord behold, that's exactly what they came up with 54 days later to get killer cops off. So again, I'm going to introduce you to my sisters, my blood sisters, who are going through traumatic pain right now, trauma from their brother getting executed, literally executed. And for the medical examiner's office, and let's be clear, nobody has the right to play judge, jury, or execution. Let's be crystal clear on those facts.
That's right.
And another fact, and then they always try to say, well, in my brother's case, he was unarmed. But it doesn't matter, even if he was armed. They're not the judge, jury, or the executioner. Let's talk about armed white men that are brought to accountability after killing folks. or after killing animals. Let's talk about David Murdy, right here in Baltimore, in the county. He had murdered his girlfriend's dog, and she feared for her life. He gunned the dog down in broad daylight. And as if that wasn't enough, she called 911 like, my boyfriend has this automatic weapon. I fear for my life. He killed my dog. Like, please send somebody out. And of course, if somebody Caucasian comes, the police going to come within 2 to 3 minutes. They're going to come quick and fast. And when they came, guess what David Murdy did? He shot 200 rounds at the police department. He was shooting up and down the street like it was the Wild Wild West. Ask me how many times he got shot. Ask me if any of them fired their weapon. They did not. So my question is, what is the difference from my brother Timothy's life than a white Caucasian man that shot and killed an animal and could have killed officers, shot 200 rounds? What's the difference? What's the difference from Dylan Roof, who killed 8 to 9 people in a church, a black church? They weren't doing nothing but breaking bread with the Lord. What is the difference? That he murdered 8 people and they walked into accountability, not with a wrinkle, not with a scratch. They walked into accountability with a bulletproof vest on, and they stopped and passed Burger King to get them a burger. So what's the difference from our brother, Timothy Fleming? Because he's all of our brothers. And if you don't think it can happen to your family member, stick along. I never thought it could happen to my brother, but guess what? It did. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Just like my sister said, my brother was gunned down in his home May 16th. I saw my brother May 9th, Mother's Day. I did not know that would have been the last time I saw my brother. My family's still waiting on the autopsy report. This city is full of shit. Oh, I'm sorry. This city is full of shit. I don't live in this city, but I'm from this city. So this is still my city. The bullshit mayor, the bullshit state's attorney, I'm calling all of y'all out. The commissioner, I'm calling all of y'all out because it was bullshit. I want y'all to be transparent with me.
Yes.
Transparent. Take everything off and let me see what the fuck y'all doing, because for real, this is bullshit. My family's been waiting too long. May 16th is what? July 7th. We still have no answers, no investigation report. We have no autopsy report, no toxicology report. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? I want to know, what are y'all doing? Brandon Scott runs the Fells Point when the white man called him. But the black people elected him. I bet you that. I bet you the black people elected him. But when the black people call, where he at? Where you at, Mr. Scott? Where are you, Mr. Scott? Yeah. And the rest of them, like I said, the state commission, the police commissioner. Listen, it did not take 7 bullets to take my brother out of that house. They could have talked to him peacefully. They could have let his son out of the bedroom that was in the home while he was in there when he was murdered. His mother was in the home while he was murdered. And just Monday, a community crime happens again in the 1800 block of East Lafayette Avenue. Another murder, and my nephews are fucking devastated in that house that this city is letting them stay there. This city need to do something. Get my nephews out that house. Get my nephews out of 1824 East Lafayette Avenue. There's too much shit happening around there, and they are fucking frightened. They're terrorized. They're just terrorized. They don't even want to come outside. They hate the police now. They don't even want to see a flashing blue light. And that's horrible. They're kids. They're kids. Father shot right there in the house with them.
Shame.
I don't want to make it a black and white issue, but let me tell you something. It was 3 people in that hallway. Y'all saw the video. There was 2 white people and 1 black person. Only 1 person came out dead, and that was the black man. The 2 white people walked out. They walked the fuck out of that house without a scratch on them. Okay? I know I have a potty mouth, but I can't help it because I'm upset and I'm angry. And this city ain't shit, okay? This city ain't shit. They had a nerve to have on NBC Nightly News Monday about police reform. Police reform here. I'm in North Carolina in my living room watching the news. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about police reform? All they want to do is kill us. The mayor even said it out of his mouth. The police did what they were trained to do and what they were supposed to do. What he wanted them to do. 2 minutes and 20 seconds and they kill him? That's what you want him to do, Mr. Mayor? Brandon Scott? Come on, man. I think I might just have to come to this city and run for mayor. I might need to get me a residential home here for at least a year prior to running for mayor, Mr. Brandon Scott. Because I'm telling you, you ain't shit. You ain't shit. You're out running your city. You're somewhere just taking a paycheck. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. Listen. My brother did not deserve to be killed. Yeah, he had a knife in his hand. Like I asked the police commissioner, what happened to the tasers? He didn't want to discuss that.
Not protocol.
Not protocol. What's the use of having them? What's the use of having them? What's the point in carrying a taser if it's not protocol? The first thing you want to do is pick up and grab your gun. When you grab your gun, you already know you're going to shoot to kill. You already know as soon as you put that gun in your hand, that weapon in your hand, you're going to shoot to kill. As soon as you pull that gun out that holster. I know that. You know why? Because I'm former military. And that's what they do. They train you to kill. Okay? We in a pandemic. Been in a pandemic for over a year and a half. They don't even try to think about people's mental states right now. You know, it's more than just, oh, he have a knife. It could be, oh, something could be going on with this man. Let's try to see if we can figure this out. But the first thing they want to do is pick up their gun and shoot and kill. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. You cannot defuse a situation in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I want to know, where's the autopsy report? Toxicology report, the investigation report, and why does, well, we know the state's attorney's supposed to go through her first, but still, she needs to get on her job, okay? She needs to get on her job and say, where is the autopsy report for Mr. Timothy Flynn, for their family? Why do my family have to keep calling every 2 fucking weeks? Why do we have to call every 2 weeks? Do you know how fucking horrible that is for us? We're already still grieving and we got to call every 2 weeks?
You're right.
Call back every 2 weeks. That's all we can tell you. Fuck that shit. I need an autopsy report. If I got to come to the city every week, I'll be here every week. Every week. Okay? I will be here. The queen is back. The queen is back. And I will be here every week until my family get what they need.
That's right.
And that's justice. Accountability. Accountability and justice for my brother, Timothy Flynn. Mic check.
Mic check.
Yeah, Shante, would you like to say anything, Queen? Mic check. And
Mic
again,
check.
before you speak, I want to let you know my heart goes out to you and your family. I know this is fresh and new, and I'm deeply sorry. And as we go on to 8 years, it's still freshly new to me with my brother. It's 8 years. It's just like you just told me, so I'm sorry. Mic check. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
So I just want to quote something the police commissioner said. There was a shooting in West Lexington, and the mayor showed up, and the commissioner, they did an interview afterwards with him sitting in his seat, and what he said out of his mouth was, the crime rate in the city, he made a statement towards the crime in the city, because I can't quote that part, but the part that I did remember is him saying, the decision to pull the trigger is made when the gun touches your hand. The decision to pull the trigger is already made when the gun touches your hand.
They already had their mind made up.
So you're speaking about the citizens of Baltimore City, but I feel like that goes for his officers as well. Every question I asked him, he kept telling me it wasn't protocol. It's not protocol. It's not protocol to use a taser. It's not protocol to do this, and it's not protocol to do that. Well, what is your protocol?
Shoot to kill?
Yes. What is your protocol? So I feel like the same thing goes for your officers. As soon as they put that gun in their hand, they already know they're going to shoot to kill. And at the end of the day, who's going to take a stand and say, let's change this protocol?
Here we are.
Who's going to take the stand and say this protocol not working?
Right.
We taking black men and black women from their children.
Yeah, they don't care.
They don't care.
That's why they done bullshit.
The mayor don't care.
On Monday.
Until a police officer shoot one of his relatives,
That's bullshit.
then he'll have something to say. The police commissioner don't care until one of them shoot one of his relatives. Then they'll be out here fighting for change. You know, the protocol needs to change. You know, if it's a knife situation or if it's a situation where a person is unarmed, we need to tase them first. They will be looking for other resources and other protocols other than shooting to take somebody's life from them. None of my nephews and my only niece from my brother don't have their father anymore. And they're living in that house. His son was in the middle room. His mother was in the back room. There were bullet holes in her bedroom door. Where's the reckless endangerment?
Yes.
Who's being held accountable for that? My niece asked a very important question when we had to go sit and look at that video and watch them gun down my brother and murder him. And she said, why don't y'all have a lead officer on the scene? Why is it that every officer that pulls up on the scene has to discharge their weapon?
That's what they trained to do, shoot to kill.
You don't take one officer and say, well, y'all pull your tasers and this one's gonna take his gun just in case if the tasers don't work or the tasers don't take him down. Every officer that is on a scene withdraws their weapon. That's the protocol. They can't hang us no more. Can't hang us from a tree.
New modern day lynching.
So they're going to take their weapons and just wipe us out. And then they have the political support behind them. Because if you're the commissioner and this is your police force and you're in charge of this, then you stand up.
You ready to go.
And say this is unacceptable.
You ain't trying to stay here. You ready to go to the next job.
But see, you're so worried about your job, your paycheck. You know, you want to make sure that you have this job for a few more years and your retirement plan and this and that and the other. You're not trying to jeopardize that. So you're not going to stand up and save the next black man life or the next black woman life.
Well, shit, I'm
and it's sad. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check. And everything she just said is so true. But it said that we have to, like, pretty much think about, like, well, what if they would have used the taser? And in my brother's case, they did use the taser. And they over-tasered him. Let's be crystal clear. They beat him to death.
Analysis,
it was to the point, it was literally to the point, and they did that to Analysis nephew. They did that to Jarrell. They did that to Jarrell. They tased him to death for a noise complaint. And then even in George King case, he went to Good Sam's Hospital for a toothache. And he was tased 4 times in his neck, and he died. And what did the medical examiner come back and say? Oh, he died from natural causes. You're talking about a 19-year-old teenager. He died of natural causes. You're talking about my brother that was only 44 years old, didn't have no health issues whatsoever, was upbeat on his health. He used to be the main one to make my whole family exercise. And then they go and lie like that. And my whole point, they need to shut this medical examiner's office down. They need to reopen every last case. Because just like my sister Ishtar Robinson says, Dr. Ishtar, every case matters. It's not just about the ones you hear that unfortunately makes national news. Because guess what? everybody's loved one is a high-profile case to them. Regardless if it makes the news, don't make the news, or whatever. Once your loved one is murdered in such a horrific way by people that's supposed to serve and protect, and they're not serving us, they're serving themselves. They're serving us death and brutality while they are the ones that's protected. Let's be crystal clear. And for me to know that in a week, it will be 8 years since they murdered my brother. 8 years. And I'm thinking back in 2013, after me and my brother would celebrate our last holiday, literally cookout and things like that, and days later he's murdered, he's beat to death. Do you know how long it takes to beat somebody to death? Like they beat him over 18 minutes or more. You talking about 17 animals. 17 animals. And everybody on Kentmore and Cowsway said that everybody, all the maniacs that were there took part in that brutal beating. They was throwing haymakers, they was kicking and stomping, pepper spraying him, tasing him. He was tortured in broad daylight, and there were video footage. Have we retrieved any of this video footage? Heck no. We still just getting bits and pieces of stuff 8 years later. So my question is, are y'all going to do the same damn thing with Timothy Fleming's family? Are they going to have to wait 8 years before y'all start releasing different stuff? That is terrible. And y'all know what y'all doing. It ain't no mistake. It's something that y'all doing on purpose. It's intentionally done. Y'all are murdering us. And then with the homicide rate right here in the city, you talking about within 7 days, 9 or more people are murdered. And all the news can report about, oh, we had this amount, we're gonna reach the, we're gonna go over the statistic number of 300 bodies. We don't give a damn. Those are family members that you're talking about. Those are people, family. You're talking about babies getting gunned down, shot. Nobody's safe here in freaking Baltimore. And they keep playing with all these unknown shooters. And the first thing they do is say, oh, y'all need to stop killing each other. How we know we doing it? Somebody out here purging, oh, this ain't us. And I'm going to keep saying it until they purge on me and wipe me out. And then try to cover up and say, oh, she was at the wrong place. No, it's intentionally done. They're wiping us out. You know why? Because they can. We allow it. Because we let them tell us what's going on. That's what we did. We allow them to tell us that we keep killing each other, but yet they don't got mass shoot. All these people that got killed. And let's go back to 2015 when Freddie Gray body laid on the ground when the consent decree came, and when they wanted to talk about police reform. That ain't do nothing. It ain't do a damn thing. And I kept on being hopeful because I'm like, oh, put body cameras on them. If they would have had body cameras on those killers that murdered my brother, maybe we would have got some cameras. That don't mean nothing. They got body cameras. You see the footage of their brother getting murdered, our brother, like I said, getting murdered. And nothing's happening. And I don't have faith, and I honestly don't believe that nothing's going to happen. It is legalized genocide. They are wiping us out. And it's horrible and it needs to stop. How many more? How many more? And let's be clear, police brutality, community violence, it's all the same, baby. The same airplane, different wings. We're going straight to hell. It is us that are getting murdered, us that are getting killed, us that are burying our babies burying us. But yet, anytime any little hell break out in Fells Point, now everybody want to walk. Every dignitary, everybody, every politician, everybody want to talk about it. What about the blood that's dripping down all over the city every night? You ain't even safe during broad daylight. What time of the day is you safe? What time? You can't even talk. Are you safe in your home? Hell no. Are you safe in the school? Hell no. Are you safe in church? Hell no.
Nope.
Where are you safe at? That's what I said. That was the first thing I said. Are you safe at home? Hell no. We're not safe anywhere, and that's sad. That's a problem. It's getting worse. I done seen so much in 8 years. It's horrible. I done seen my cousin, Tavon, who was standing there protesting with me. Just straight gunned down. And we don't have no answers. Nothing. And he wasn't a street guy. Wasn't doing nothing. And I'm going to keep saying this name. I don't give a damn who don't like it.
That's right.
I don't give a damn
That's
who
right,
don't
says
like
gang
it.
system.
All these people are cruddy in this whole damn city. And the crazy part is not just a Baltimore thing, baby. Because if it was a Baltimore thing, I would pack my family up and we'd have been going to the safe city. But guess what? It's a worldwide thing. Because one thing we can't do is take the skin off. And I wouldn't take mine off anyway.
That's
I
right.
wouldn't take mine off anyway. But it's just sad. We think about it, over 400 years of being oppressed, depressed, murdered. Like my sister said, it's modern day lynching. They used to hang us on trees. Now they replaced it with bullets and taser guns. Now they beat us to death. And I encourage everybody to look up the Casual Killing Act. It was established, I think, 1916 sometime when slaves exist, the Casual Killing Act. And on that first line of the Casual Killing Act, it tells you that if anybody resists, they could be murdered. And that's what they're doing. They're still doing the Casual Killing Act in 2021.
Yeah.
They just changed these cruddy laws. These laws not for us.
Nope.
How can all these armed men and women maniacs, and the crazy part, they so quick to test the dead, test these damn cops that are murderers, test these bloody stinking animals.
Yeah.
And that would answer
Yeah.
your question. See how high they was, he or she was
Yeah.
that night when they murdered my goddamn brother. Did they drug test those 17 maniacs? Hell no. Did they drug test the murderer that murdered Timothy? Hell no.
No.
And then I know it don't take all these days for an autopsy report. Let's be crystal clear. Anthony Anderson taught me a whole lot that was murdered in Baltimore City a whole year before my brother. Guess what? When he was murdered, within 48 hours, we had a new commissioner, Commissioner Batts. He actually walked to Anthony Anderson's house and hand-delivered, with the mayor, hand-delivered, and said, I'm sorry that Anthony, even though that ain't mean nothing, because guess what? His was deemed a homicide, named Nan Killicott get arrested. And he was tossed on his head like a basketball in front of his mother. His mother had to leave this world with no accountability, no justice, no peace. My uncle had to leave this world with no justice, no peace. My grandmother, who we just buried, no justice, no peace. My cousin Tavon Anderson that was murdered. And I'm starting at the pig's house first.
That's right.
Let's be clear. I think the pigs was involved. That's why they're trying to cover it up. But that's a whole nother topic. But I said all that to say, our Black Lives Matter. I got my queen sister here real quick. She's going to sing her song about our Black Lives Matter. Her name is Angel. It's my sister Angel. And she too is a victim of this corrupt system. She was raped. She was tortured. She was all type of things. She to me is a walking angel. And it's just sad that how many more victims? Like what? Like pick it's just sad like we gotta pick our fate not knowing how we're gonna get murdered or tortured. This is about the murder. Literally, this is about we work hard. We're a working family. We're working families. I wish I had all the time in the world. I wish I didn't work some days, because I would really shut y'all asses down. Excuse my potty mouth. I would shut y'all down because I would have time on my hand to be able to actually, the time that you took for me and my brother spending every day after me and him got off work, I'm spending it with y'all. Y'all see I ain't missed a beat for 8 years, and guess what? I ain't going no damn where.
That's right.
So we want to talk about, and the crazy part, the only reason why they're looking at the medical examiner's office, let's be clear, because David Fowler threw his own self under the bus, and had it not been for 300 plus doctors that wrote up a report on him saying this man is foul. They ain't believe the 3 billion zillion families that been telling them. They ain't believe me when I had to go in my pocketbook and take $50,000 that I don't even have. They took that. It may not seem like a lot to some people, but that was a lot to me because I work hard for my goddamn money.
I know that's
a mother
right.
of 4 children. I took money, and right now my daughter in need of getting college grants and all that. That was her money. That was her college money. Let's be clear. That was her college money. I was supposed to be able to go into my pocketbook right now had they not murdered my brother. And when my daughter financial aid ran out, here you go, baby. I got this. Let me write this check. But no, because of David Dirty Fowler. David Dirty Fowler being fouled, signing his name off with Pamela Southpaw, who actually let these animals get away with bloody murder. Guess what? even if y'all get time down here, y'all going to answer. Karma is something that nobody can escape.
That's right.
Karma is something that nobody can escape. So when you're going through the pits of hell, think about all the victims. Think about Timothy Fleming. Think about Tyrone West. Think about Kevin Cooper, Anthony Anderson, Corinne Gaines, India Kager. Think about all the victims. Think about Asha. Think about all the victims. It's too many for me to name. Think about that. When it hit you like hell, and I don't wish bad luck on anybody. I don't wish karma, but I wish you karma. I ain't gonna lie, because how you treat people, that's gonna come back to you. That's gonna truly come back to you. And while we wait, Angel, are you ready, baby? Or you gonna wait a little longer? Angel. Oh, baby. Are you ready now? Okay. All right, so I'm gonna bring my sister Angel up. And again, my heart goes out to y'all, Queen. We are here. We are now family. And whatever y'all need, I got y'all back. Even if we come down here again and y'all can't make it, guess what? We live here. I can ride down here in 2.5 seconds. I ain't got no problem with it. Because y'all surprised me by coming, because I was going to do this, whip out, till as long as y'all blessed me and said it was okay, I was going to shout y'all brother name to the rooftop. But it's just sad, like how many more victims? And every week we read off a sad list. We read off a homicide list, and we read off a long police brutality list. What is it going to take for one of your family members to be on which one of those lists? I never knew that my brother's name was going to be on one of those lists. And not saying that I thought I was better than nobody or none of that, but I never, you hear about police brutality and you're like, oh my God. But the way the media plays it out is if the person got what they deserve. You know what I'm saying? Like when they played a part into their demise. And the crazy truth of it is they don't. It's just an innocent victim that is pretty much murdered. And nobody's being held accountable. Nobody's being held accountable. Oh yeah. And I already know that everywhere we go, if we come back out in the street, no matter if we're on Greenmount, no matter if we're at the medical examiner's office, no matter if we're at the police department, they always send somebody inebriated, acting like a fool, to try to throw us off. I know the game, that must mean we're powerful and effective, and it's still like that us. So they can act like the fool that they want to act like. Guess what? And they give them a couple dollars. So I know one time they paid somebody when I was on Greenmount, they paid this young dude to throw a snowball at me while I was doing the mic. And he was about to catch it. I ain't gonna lie, but I told my family that's what they want. We're not gonna get them what they want. And then I just prayed for the fella. I said, God bless you. Kept it moving. He wound up coming being the biggest supporter of Westwood. He said, sis, I had no idea what this meant. I did not know. I'm so sorry. That's all he could do was humble himself. And I knew from that moment when he did it, like, why would a random, we talking, and a random grown man just come throw a snowball? Like, nah, they sent him. Just like then I said, David Keller Lewis, several times past West Windsor. We done seen Ruiz. Before my cousin Tavon Anderson was murdered, Ruiz was stalking his sister. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. And then the night, all the information on Ruiz, that we thought he only had 6 people, and they kind of found out it was 18 other additional complaints that we didn't know about, and those were the brave souls that were bold enough to say, here go my information, y'all can come and torture me, taunt me, because that's what they do. Because they mail you some fools and say, oh, we did an investigation, we didn't find anything, but we're here if you need us. Get out of here. Get out of here. So I said all to say, our Black Lives Do Matter. My queen gonna sing it to y'all, you know, and the form of art and music. So, but it's just really sad. So, all right.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Turn it up. Black Lives Matter. Hey, turn it up some more. My Black Lives Matter. Oh yeah. My Black Lives Matter. It seems like niggas dying in this life every day. Ever since they murdered Trayvon like they Freddie Gray. Who knows what they did to Alton Sterling in this case? Who knows why they shot Dick Crutcher while his hands raised? Philando Castro murdered live in front of baby's face. Put his girl on blast and she won't even have a case. Are we living in a world that we can call safe? Or are we targeted just because of our race? They need to go back and get all of them cases. Flip them over, prosecute all of the racists. It doesn't case you gonna think it's like, I'm not talking about no guns, but I'm talking about my rock. Jesus is the rock of my salvation. He died for the whole creation. Yeah. My Black Lives Matter. Say, my Black Lives Matters. My Black Lives Matters. My Black Lives, my Black Lives Matters. Yeah. Oh yes, yeah. Y'all gotta understand what I've been going through. Yeah. You see, our brothers are dying in this world. Yeah. But I wanna let you know that don't make me feel like I do. Yeah. Woo. 'Cause my Black Lives Matters. Yeah. You better stop what you're doing to my people. 'Cause we're gonna rise again. Oh yes we will. Oh yes we will. My Black Lives Matters. My Black Lives Matters. My Black Lives Matters. My Black Lives. Our Black Lives Matters. Yeah. My Black Lives Matters. Your Black Lives Matters. Our Black Lives Matters. Come on, y'all. Put your hand up. Come on, put your fist up. Yeah. I wanna let you know my Black Lives Matters. My Black Lives Matters. My Black Lives Matters. My Black Lives. My Black Lives Matters. Yeah. It don't matter if you white. It don't matter if you black. It don't matter if you any kind of color. Let me tell you something. Chinese, Korean, whatever color you are, you came out of God. And that's what matters. He is the matter of life. Hey! My Black Lives Matters. Put your fist up in the air, y'all. Say my Black Lives Matter. 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 That's right, y'all. Poetic justice. Thank you, Tawanda. Y'all be encouraged. Be encouraged, system. All of y'all that are victims of violent crime, don't even worry about it, because guess what? God said, vengeance is mine. I will repay. God bless y'all.
Yeah, let's give it up for our sister, Angel, yes. Poetic justice, yes. I just want to thank you, yes.
I'm feeling that. He feeling that. See?
Alright, so again, I want to thank everybody, and I want to ask my sisters, do y'all want to say anything else, and how can we help, and anything else y'all want to say? The mic all yours. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
First, I want to say this city ought to be disgusted that it's taking this sister so long to get an accountability for her brother's death.
That's right.
Mr. Tyrone West. I say again, the city needs to be disgusted that this sister does not have accountability for her brother's death yet, Mr. Tyrone West.
Right.
8 years and counting. This sister been out here every week. Like I said, my brother was just murdered May 16th, so I'm just starting. I'm riding on her coattail. She reached out to me and I appreciate it. Love you too. I appreciate it because I'm going to tell you, this is not something like she said that we asked for. When Mr. George Floyd was murdered last year, I shut down completely because I could not comprehend what was going on in this world still. I could not comprehend. I shut down literally. I'm like, Lord Jesus. Now here I am, it's my family. My turn. And I'm saying, Lord Jesus, why are we here? Why? It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. So, the day that Mr. Floyd's murderer got convicted, I don't know if you all felt that there was an earthquake here. It was a 2.6. He got 22.5 years. Did y'all catch that? It was a 2.6. 22.5 years. The earth is shaking. The earth is moving. God is mad. It's destruction all around us, and these police officers are just trying to kill us. They're not even paying attention to the bigger picture because they just want us out of the picture. I'm going to say it again. They're not looking at the bigger picture because they just want us out of the picture. They never thought that the black people would prosper and be this great. So they're going to try to keep holding us down any way they can. By killing us all one by one, women, men, children, it don't even matter. I was here Father's Day weekend. Police officer mauled over a 16-year-old boy. They had every opportunity to get out their vehicles and stop him. Well, what did he do? He ran him over with his SUV. Right over in West Baltimore. I watched that. Ran the boy over. 16 years old. He was running. He stopped. He was walking. They had every opportunity to get out of their vehicles and detain this kid. But what did he do? He mauled the kid over with his vehicle. Did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch that? That's what y'all Baltimore City cops do here. That's what they train them to do. That's what they want them to do. Kill us by any means necessary. That's all they want to do is kill us by any means necessary. But guess what? We're going to fight. And we're going to keep fighting. Even if it's listen, I'll pray to God it don't take another 8 years for this sister to get her accountability. But I'm going to be there for her every step of the way. I'm going to be right there. So guess what? Y'all might as well get used to seeing my face. Cheese.
That's right.
Okay? Get used to it. Because you will see me again and again and again and again and again until we get accountability.
There you go.
Mic check.
Check.
Since you want to say anything else? But I want y'all to take a look at these bloody, stinking maniacs. Just take a look. And this ain't even all of them. This ain't even all of them. This is a small thing. These are the bloody murderers that murdered my brother. His blood is on their hands. This is the night that they were brought down, not to get interrogated, but for an interview. This is their blood. You see all the pepper spray on their hands. My brother's blood is on their goddamn hands.
That's right.
Crystal clear.
That's
His
right.
blood. You see the bloody murders and they got their hands out? I can't wait to see those hands in cuffs.
That's
And I'm not going to stop. I want them to keep the same position because I'm keeping the same smoke until these hands are in freaking cuffs.
Killer Thompson,
Cuffs behind their back. I'm never going to stop. And it's just sad that like a family have to go through this. It's disgusting. And so when we talk about, they always say, well, y'all don't want to talk, y'all need to stop killing each other. True. We don't need to kill each other. They're doing enough of that for us. But this ain't all of us. So let's be clear. They set the stage. But be clear. Let's be clear. Asians kill Asians. That ain't Asian or Asian crime. Caucasians kill Caucasians. Is that called Caucasian or Caucasian crime? No. So why is it black on black crime? That's another way to throw us in the box to say y'all life don't matter. Y'all life don't pull up your pants, put the drink down, do this, that, and the third before we go protect you. And they ain't trying to protect us. They don't care. They hate us while we are in the womb, before we even born. Let's be clear. Be clear. We done seen police brutality happen on a pregnant woman in front of her children, gunned down. Like they don't care. And the crazy part, if they don't kill you, they will bury you alive. Think about Keith Davis Jr., an innocent man, literally gunned down after Freddie Gray was murdered, and we did the uprising. He was gunned down. Shot it over 40-something times, but the difference from Timothy, and may he rest in peace, but he's not going to rest until we get accountability. None of them ain't going to rest. Let's be clear, they ain't resting.
That's right.
They ain't resting. They is not resting at all. Because how can you rest? First of all, you can't even rest while you're on earth. And then you can't even leave earth and rest. If you say in peace, you can't. Where's our peace at? There is no peace. There is no justice. It's just us trying to hold them killers accountable. Let's be crystal clear. But the difference from he survived. And instead of them saying, oh my God, we shot the wrong man. No, what they do, they plan another murder on him. And then they think we so stupid because of this so-called community crime and all this stuff. And the sad part, I feel so sorry for Kevin Jones' family. That was an innocent black man, young man going to work, gunned down in Pimlico with camera footage, everything. Now all of a sudden, witnesses that could have cleared Keith are dead. You think that was by coincidence? I don't know, it's no such thing. It's intention that they will kill you. That's why every time they do something, I don't care if y'all think I'm crazy. That's why I don't smoke, don't drink, don't get high. I'm going to put their asses out there.
Yeah.
They said some crazy white woman to my house, she's not doing nobody else do it but mine. And just did a funky little knot type of thing after Rain was playing with my camera. For days I couldn't get, only time that you would be noticed that if you came up on my porch and you touched the girl, she dared not touch the girl, she did a funky knock and stepped back. I couldn't make it up, but I did. I put it on Facebook. I'm putting all of it on Facebook.
That's right.
Everything.
That's right.
Right.
What am I
When I told y'all I was getting stalked for weeks by a silver car, everybody thought I was just going crazy. But then when the mom almost died, because the silver car almost killed me on Bel Air Road, but then I guess she couldn't do it. Right. She wound up crashing into my vehicle, when she hit it so hard, it hit 3 other vehicles. Wow. What person you know drive down Bel Air Road? A white lady now. Get this, a white woman driving down Bel Air Road in the middle, like around 5 o'clock in the evening. Wow. On a Saturday, the sun out and everything. Wow. Riding with her legs wrapped around the steering wheel, wailing her hands. And then the crazy part was she messed up at how God is good to let me know I'm not tripping. That's why I said nobody got my back. God got my back. God got my back. He directs my path. He directs everything.
That's right.
I'm going to step out the hair store. I'm going to the street. She rides past the first time. I jump back like, oh, snap, what the heck? It shook me off so bad. I'm like, let me go back into the hair store and get some cupcakes. Y'all know I'm greedy. Don't let the signs fool you. I'm like, let me go get some cupcakes. I'm getting the hairdresser for hours. Let me go get me some cupcakes. I go back standing alone, and y'all know how the hair store be lit. You gonna wait a good 20 minutes before you get back. You can't go back in there. I forgot, so you gotta get in the back of that line. I waited a good 10 minutes. I come back out. I'm in the street. I see the same silver car. What the hell? This time she came at me, but then she went into my car. Then they tried to kill me. Then when I went up to the car, it was like the Exorcist movie. All I saw was dirty blonde hair hanging down. I'm like, Miss, you okay? Because at my point, I'm thinking that it was just maybe a freak accident. Maybe she having a seizure. Maybe she need medical attention. Forget my car. You can always get a car. That's a life. That's a human being driving that need medical aid. Let me run over here. Hey, you okay, ma'am? You okay? Nothing. Wouldn't look at me. Nothing. Other people stop their cars and Bel Air Road like, you okay? I'm okay. I'm good. Nobody's talking to me. And guess who showed up at the scene? I ain't nowhere near Northeast, but the same district that murdered my brother. You had white shirts coming out. White shirts. Supervisors coming out. Just so happened by circumstance, they in the same neighborhood. Ain't even that jurisdiction, but they in the same neighborhood. And then they tell me some stupid stuff. Oh, meet me at midnight at Northeast Police District so I can give you the report. So I'm going to go to the home that killed my brother, the house of the killers.
At midnight.
At midnight. For them to say, oh, I acted crazy and they killed me. Oh, no, I ain't going out like that. I went there on a Sunday. After I came from church, I went down Facebook Live. I went there and I took all 5,000 of my viewers with me.
That's right.
I'm going ahead to get this report. And when I went there, they was like, why would they tell you to get a report? You supposed to go online. I'm like, the man told me to just give me this lady information. I need to get back and forth to work. I need my report. Oh, you got to go online. I ordered it. They give Uncle Bill a total different report. It's my car, it's me. I'm the one who almost got killed. My Benz total. And yet, he gets the true report. My report don't say nothing about a white woman riding there. It just say, car A was struck by car B. Car B slid up and hit car C and D. And the person in car A was transported to the hospital. That was all mine said. I still got it. His went to super details when we protest out Northeast. She was on drugs. She did some type of stupid snack at work. She was high. She didn't know. She tried to swing on officers all day. But I said all that to say, when people tell y'all stuff is happening, don't look at people like they crazy. Because it's really ain't nobody unless they got mental health issues and that you know about. don't play them like they crazy or they making up stuff. No, I never asked for this fight.
That's right.
I'm not entertaining. None. I never asked for this. If I could get my life back before my brother was murdered, my big brother still be here. We be still busting up. He still be working hard. He changed his whole life around. Changed his whole completely around. Gave his life to God, was in church with me every week, every day. Working hard, helping my grandmother out, helping the whole family, loving on his children and everything. And you beat down and they think I'm going to walk away. I am my brother's keeper. Just like they brothers. And we're going to keep on fighting.
That's right.
And we're not going to stop. So I'm going to check him real quick for time's sake. Do you have the homicide list in the city? Coming up, my brother. He's going to read the sad list. And think about it. When he reads this list, remember, your family member name could easily be on this list.
Easily.
And the saddest part, when they come down here, in my opinion, they're taking out goddamn organs. Because look at who's getting killed. Look at who's getting killed. Healthy, young, black, men, women, children, all dying. They're not killing people that's real sickly, that's dying about the croak. They're killing healthy people. And it's sad to say, boo, we're more dead than we are alive. We work more dead than we are alive.
That's right.
Break down, you think I'm lying, go Google search how much of my organs are. Your eyes is worth $500,000, baby. Your heart is worth $800,000. And the list goes on. And organs, yes, organs. And I don't care if on your driver's license you say, oh, I don't want to be an organ donor. Huh? They took my brother's good heart and then lied and said he had a bad heart because they wanted to use that heart to go save somebody else. Some Caucasian rich person, somebody got the money, they need a heart, they got the same type of, we know about it, come on now. It's sad, I don't even need to do that's a whole nother West Wednesday, but I'm letting y'all know I'm not stupid. I'm not crazy and I'm not stupid. And if it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, it's a fucking duck. Thank you. Mic check.
Mic check.
Kenyelle Wilson, age 44.
Kenyelle Wilson.
Age 44.
Clark Horain, age 38.
Clark Horain, age 38.
Brandon Boone, age 32.
Brandon Boone,
Age 32.
Jermile Sellers, age 28.
Jamal Sellers, age 28. Thank you so much. So again, I want y'all to take a minute, just 1 minute, 60 seconds, to think about these are family members. Even though we don't see their faces, we don't know their family. We might know because it's Baltimore.
That's right.
You might don't know until you see their face. Like, oh my God, I went to school with him. Well, that's my friend's son. Or that's my neighbor down the street. So let's just take 1 minute to stand. If you pray, if you just have people in thought, just think of a minute, take a minute, just to show respect to these family members of these victims.
Go check.
Thank you so much. And again, like I said, how many more names got to be on the list? And that list ain't even updated. Because remember I said it was 9 people killed. And it ain't even a week past yet. So, and it's intentionally done. They're not going to want us to know all the names now.
That's
but
right.
we will be back, unfortunately, next week to show homage to these loved ones that were murdered. But that's somebody's loved one. What if it was your friend, your child, your husband, your boyfriend, your boo, whoever, your significant other on that list? How would you feel? Because guess what? When somebody's death day starts, your life ends.
Yeah.
Your life ends. They sort of be supposed to be going to peace, but we in here in hell. We're living in hell every day, worrying, stressing every day. Let's be crystal clear. And this is so sad. And I want to talk real fast before we read the next sad list, but I wanted to talk about just how the news and the media plays things out. And I remember recently, a week ago, they were just talking about how the people in Cherry Hill, they were so fortunate that nobody got killed in Cherry Hill. They were saying, we had the homicide rate has went completely down in Cherry Hill. They was talking about it, and the white man said, well, Cherry Hill is not the only thing. It's still in the city, blah, blah, blah. And guess what happened a week, or not even a week later, a couple days later, somebody get killed from not just anybody, but somebody that was walking the streets talking peace. He is gone from safe streets. He is gone. Let you know they send strong direct messages. I caught it slam on the chin. I caught it slam on the chin. First of all, when the white man said, "Well, Trey Hill didn't have any murders," it was like, "Oh damn, let's go out there. Let's purge tonight. We're gonna purge this. We gotta hit Trey Hill up." That's how I feel. And then let's hit Trey Hill up with somebody that they know. We ain't gonna just hit nobody. We ain't just gonna get anybody. Let's just make sure it be known. Let's mark our territory. Let our voice be heard real loud. And anybody that slept on that shame, that's how I feel. Shame. I caught it on my chin. I don't know about y'all. I caught it slam on my chin.
Shame on y'all.
So before we go on to the next sad list, Uncle Bill, do you have it? So Uncle Bill's gonna read another sad list. Before we read this list, let's take another minute, 60 seconds, just to think about this could be your loved one. And this is sad because last week there was how many on the list? Over 20. It was over 20-something names on that list. Yeah, because Hillary read it. There was so many names on that list. It was disgusting. So that shows you, and this is happening like in different parts, different cities and states. They are comfortable with killing us. Why are they so comfortable? Why is it? Why y'all taking this minute? Why is it that firefighters that risk their life every day to go put out fire, that's the most dangerous job. I give it up to the EMT workers, all that. You know, they just putting their life on the line, like literally running to fires and saving people and doing all type of stuff. Why is it that a firefighter could not sit on a curb and let a whole family burn up in a house? And their captain, chief commander show up at that scene, and they're like, "Oh my God, why are y'all sitting here? Y'all know the whole." Oh, we feel far like we don't want to go in there. Stuff is burning down. What happened to those firefighters?
Exactly.
You know, they'd be charged with murder. They'd be, oh my God, they'd be all over the news. Why is it a police officer can say those simple words? "I fear for my life," and they get away with
All
it.
lies.
They get away with it. Why? Legalized genocide. Let's be crystal clear.
That's right.
Let's talk about the origin of policing. They was established to catch slaves. They were slave catchers. They wasn't there to say, do nothing safe for the communities or why. They was there to protect. They were there to harass slaves, catch slaves, and protect property. And guess what? That's what they still doing. All right, so let's take this 1 minute. Thank you. Before Uncle Bill read the list, I do want to give a shout out to Alton Sterling's family because they just came up on their commemoration of him being murdered. I believe it was July the 6th or 7th or something like that. But I know it was within this week, and I was supposed to go there with his auntie that I brought on West Wednesday, but I just couldn't make it because it's so close to my brother's, you know, commemoration, and it's just real sad. But she's always in my heart. Vita's always in my heart. You know, because what happened to Alton Sterling was bloody murder, gunned down. And the first thing they said, oh, he was selling CDs. Just like, be clear, when Eric Gardner, we're coming up on Eric Gardner's commemoration, we're also, because there's something about the month of July. I call it the bloody month of July, where they really try to wipe us out. Every time in July, they really get like crazy. Like Sandra Bland was murdered in July, and then not just Sandra Bland, it was 5 other women that were found dead in jail. So they just only Sandra Bland's name made national news, and we met her sister. I brought her to West Wednesday too for y'all. So I don't get no joy out of bringing these family members to West Wednesday to talk about our pain of losing someone. So it's just really sad. So as we hit these moments and months, let's just keep them in mind. Like, this is real sad. Mic check.
Mic check.
Good evening, everyone. I have the, I guess you call it an honor, of honoring the people who've been killed by the police in the recent time period. Last week, we started with those who were taken, whose lives were taken on June 24th. I want to backtrack to June 24th again because they've added a number of people that weren't on the list at that time. On that one day, around the United States, the police killed 9 people, just on June 24th.
One day.
One day.
One day. One day.
So if you would repeat the name after I say it, and we can honor each person, that would be very good. The first person was in Stockton Lake, Missouri, Gary Deering.
Gary Deering.
Second person, also June 24th, 40 years old, in Portland, Oregon, Michael Townsend.
Michael Townsend.
Third person killed on June 24th by the police, 40 years old, in Cumming, Georgia, Jonathan Aguilera. Again on the 24th in Iron River, Michigan, 45 years old. He has not yet been identified, so I'm sorry we can't uplift his name. Again on the 24th in Washington, D.C., 48 years old, Chad Necessary. Again on the 24th in Monroe, Georgia, 52 years old, Ted Tippy. Again on the 24th, Barrow County, Georgia, 29 years old, Stephen Thompson. Once more on the 24th, 30 years old, killed by the police in Bakersfield, California, Abraham Mesa. Again on the 24th, in Whiteville, North Carolina, William Hewitt. We move now to the next day, June 25th, 54 years old, killed by the police in McDonald, Tennessee, Michael Frederick. Again on the 25th, in Fairbanks, Alaska, 23 years old, killed by the police, Dimitri Lanahan. Again on the 25th, in Kansas City, Kansas, 60 years old, Dennis Delgado. Again on the 25th, in Grand Junction, Colorado. I'm sorry, this person has not yet been identified. Once again, I apologize, we can't uplift this person's name. On the 25th, in Fife, Washington, another person not yet identified. On the 26th, in Texarkana, Arkansas, a 37-year-old woman, not yet identified. On the 27th of June, in Roswell, New Mexico, 25 years old, Oscar Najera. In Graham, Texas, 39 years old, on June 27th again, Stephen Winder. On June 27th, once more in Plainville, Kansas, 29-year-old woman, Nicole Deschamps. Killed by police in Corpus Christi, Texas. On the next day, the 28th, 24 years old, Tristan Trevino. On the 28th again, in Commerce City, Colorado, no age given, Robert O'Leary. The next person was killed by police in Azusa, California on June 28th. They have not yet identified that person. And another killed on the 28th in Siskiyou County, California, also not yet identified. In Flower Bluff, Texas, on June 29th, 32 years old, killed by police, Philip Sanders. Also on June 29th, in Bayard, Nebraska, 58 years old, Larry Hunt. In Calhoun County, South Carolina, on June 30th, 51 years old, John Inabinet. And the last person we're honoring tonight, whose life was stolen by the police in Atlanta, Georgia, on June 30th, and that's the most recent date for which the Washington Post has released this information, 29 years old, Joseph Humbles. And I'd like to point out, I'm sorry I've forgotten your name?
Shante.
Yeah, Shante talked about how the police are the modern day lynchers. They're worse than that. Because for every person in one of the years of the Jim Crow period who was lynched, the police are killing 4 people today. It's worse. It's worse. And their reason back then was to control the labor force for the slave owners, and their reason today is to control the labor force for the capitalists. We have to get rid of this system. Mike Chat.
Yes, I totally agree. And I just started thinking real quick about like all the John Does that don't somehow, because it's crazy, because my brother had his driver's license, he had his credit cards, numerous things, and more importantly, if you want him to be identified, he had a sister car that had legal registration, had everything in there. You could have called me and say, oh, who was the person that was driving your car? And I could have told them. But they made it and list my brother as a John Doe. So let's
brother
be
was in
crystal
his house,
clear.
they list him with John Doe.
Listed her brother's a John. So a lot of police brutality victims. So I think that they got this database, and when they meet a certain amount of deaths per day, they like, okay, the rest of them gonna be John Doe. Because if we say their names, it's gonna be real like as if we not going on the people that John Doe. But I think they don't want their name. It's deliberately done because if they put out everybody's name in a week, they probably killing about 50 people or more a week.
That we
All
don't even
around,
know about.
exactly all around the United Snakes of America. So something needs to change.
Yeah, that's
like
right.
something needs to change.
Around the
Like
snakes
really.
of America.
Like
That's
so
right.
we change it. And I was wondering, Miss Smoke, you want to say anything? Because every time I'm glad I got the mic before she did, y'all. I'm sorry, because she burned it all the way up. Mic check.
Mike Jack.
I won't be on this too long because we've been out here. You know it is hot. We in the hot season.
It's not that hot.
Oh, but listen, the temperature is hot, but the accountability is hotter.
That's right.
The fact that the people stand up here and gave the testimony and tell you everything you need to know about what's really happening, not just in Baltimore, but across the nation, you need to wake the hell up
That's right.
and pay attention.
That's right. That's right. Better wake up.
Now, every time I get on this mic, I get amplified. I get overly excited. And to be honest with you, I just get downright mad.
Yeah.
8 years.
8 years.
8 years coming up.
8 years.
And then we have another one. And the game has always been for everybody to focus on inter-community homicide. But where's the help and accountability when the police killing?
That's right. That's right.
Or they harm, or they rape, or they harass, or they plant stuff on people.
That's right.
Ain't nobody talking about that
That's
except for the victims.
That's right.
Ain't nobody standing with the victims like they should.
That's right.
I hope everybody is hearing this.
That's right.
Even the drunks.
That's
But
right.
guess what? Because they're going to mess with you too.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, you are. That's
You're
right.
minding your business. And they're planting something on you.
Yeah.
Not every killing is about Pookie and Ray Ray in the city. Be clear.
That's right.
Tawanda said it before. And we see it. You cannot tell me that the man from Safe Streets that got killed in Cherry Hill, that was not intentional.
That was intentional.
And your man know about it.
That's
He hung
right.
out with them.
That's right.
He had a personal
Right.
relationship with the guy.
That's
They
right.
know what's going
So
on.
all of these entanglements, it's so many entanglements. My bike went ghost on Facebook. It's like you can't find me because I got some work to do.
That's right.
And the truth be told, we all got some work to do.
That's right.
Get the hell off of Facebook, Instagram, and everything else, and do some real work. Walk around, walk these streets. How many cars have we saw up here? Police rolling by.
Yeah.
Are they protecting or are they occupying?
Yeah.
Because there is a difference.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Because if they're occupying and you still don't feel safe,
That's
there's
right.
a problem.
That's right.
It's a real problem.
That's right. I don't feel safe.
So let it be known that you got some work to do. And quit separating people. Quit separating their pain.
That's
Quit
right.
separating those who lost their loved ones to community violence from those who lost their loved ones to police homicide.
That's right.
Because like Tawanda said, they're all the same plane and they're all the same pain. And if you lost someone to homicide, you should be up here wrapping your arms around the people here. And get accountability all together so we can fight this system and have peace across this land. Mic check.
Mike Jack.
My sister couldn't say it no better. I told you that's Miss Smoke. And before I bring my sister Angel up, real quick, I just want to, just thank everybody again because y'all could have been anywhere tonight.
That's
But
right.
the fact that y'all here. For my sister, brother Timothy Fleming, Tyrone West, and all the victims of police
That's
brutality, all the city homicides, all that, it matters. And I just want to let y'all know that next week, pretty much, on the 18th, We're gonna meet at Kentmore and Causeway, since I'm gonna send you the address. I'm gonna let y'all know that we're gonna meet there at 7 p.m. in Kentmore and Causeway, because that's the time those maniacs took my brother's life 8 years ago. And Runners for Justice, they're doing an event, and I'm gonna try to join them as well. They're gonna start their event. Is it since at 6:30? You wanna tell us about it real quick? And it makes me sad that I see one of my brothers here, that when he used to come with his baby son, a baby, in his hand. And when I asked him, you know, how the baby doing? I'm thinking, in my mind, because time is going so fast and too much is happening. I'm thinking, this little baby now is 6 years old. That's how long he's been with West Ramsey. I remember this cute little baby, like he had literally become, sometimes his wife, they be a fan of the baby in the stroller. At 6 years old, y'all. And I remember a little baby actually died at a West Ramsey one time. When it was a guy that was wielding a knife on Green Mountain 33rd, who they never told us to this day, we don't know who his name was or anything. And it was, I'll never forget, it was on, the police gunned him down on Black Friday. Literally could have shot up everybody. You know how busy, especially, we shot me all out down Green Mountain, all this endangerment, and shot him up, and all they say he was holding a knife. And they showed a video of him holding a knife. We don't know who the man is. And I remember my sister Queen brought her daughter, I think her name was Ashada Shakur, but she brought her to West Ramsey, like to stand out there, and it was so cold, and I don't know what happened to the poor baby, but the baby passed away. And I'll never forget that. Y'all done seen so much of pain and trauma. Y'all done seen our sister Paula Muhammad that would come and sing at West Ramsey. She just recently passed away. Beautiful young mom, ain't even in her 40s yet. Just straight passed away. How many more of us gotta pass away?
Yeah.
Before we actually get some type of accountability? It's sad. I'm saying people just leave, just go. It's sad. Mic check.
Mic check.
Yeah, so actually it's going to be on Saturday, the day before the memorial.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I organize a group called Runners for Justice, and we usually do an event every last Sunday of the month for July for Tyrone's anniversary. We're going to be doing an 8-mile run on Saturday the 17th. Start early, it's hot out. We're starting at 6:30 in the morning, but we're going to meet at the Monument for Victims of Police Brutality at Harford Road and Parkside Drive.
Yes, that's our monument. You heard it. The monument for police brutality victims.
The city will not rename it. We tried to rename it. Jack Young vetoed it.
We taking it.
We still claim it.
That's right.
That's right.
And so, yeah, we're doing an 8-mile run. 1 mile for every year that Tyrone has been gone. 1 mile for every year that Tawanda's family's had to wait for accountability. She's been out here for 415 weeks. We can run 8 miles.
Right.
So we're going to be doing that the Saturday before, and then I'm encouraging everybody to come out that Sunday evening to the memorial.
I just want to let you know, Gerson, I really appreciate you. I really appreciate each and every last one of you guys. Like, y'all just don't know. Like, I really appreciate each and every. I appreciate Bruce, who all quiet, my brother Bruce and Zach, they quiet in the back. But I love them to pieces. I love y'all. Light check.
Can you say the time of the rally again on Sunday?
Sunday, we're going to meet at Kentmore and Causeway. I'm going to try to get somebody. I might see if Eva can, or if one of us can create a page this week for, what time? Oh, at 7 p.m.
Okay,
7
thanks.
p.m. Yeah. Mic check. All right, mic check.
All right, mic check.
Mic check.
How y'all look? Wow. That's called the amplification. Well, anyway, I just want y'all to know that everything that you all have said is so true. I'm out here on these streets 24/7. Tawanda knows it. I know it. God knows it. Everybody knows it. And I see all the bull crap. Y'all hear what I'm saying? And what I mainly see more than anything is how the police, they're so manipulative. I watch things, I watch how they maneuver things in the community, how they play games with our culture.
Yep. That's
I
what
was
they
on
do.
Greenmount Avenue the other night for the 4th of July. There's a whole lot of black kids, all ages, Tawanda. They weren't killing nobody.
They weren't doing anything but partying and having a good time like everybody else. That if we were white, we went to a white community, not knowing nothing against our white Caucasian family here, because everybody is our family. This is God's family on earth. But I'm just saying, they targeted us. And I happened to come in, driving my car, rapping, beating with the beats, you know what I'm saying? And with the lights and all that good stuff. And I'm watching all these officers lined up like it was the military. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Now look, I rolled through. I would expect people, you know, be throwing rocks at me and doing all kinds of crazy. They wasn't doing nothing but chilling and having a good time and, you know, like anybody else. And then all of a sudden, because the officers didn't want to work or whatever, they wanted to go home, or they didn't want to do nothing else but agitate. Do you hear what I'm saying? And they were out there picking and nitpicking. I'm watching it with my own 2 eyes. So I'm sitting up there, and one of the officers, I said, can I roll through with my car so we can spin on the mic and, you know, I mean, what's going on? Why y'all out here like that? Y'all know me with my big mouth. And I went out there and I said, why are y'all out here like this? They not doing anything. I said, now, you can go down Fells Point.
Yeah, that's right.
Y'all don't be doing that down there.
Nope.
And then y'all come up here and then you wonder why our black young brothers go up in there and they be doing little things because they want to feel accepted. They want to feel a part of something. But when you look at the community and the way things are, they segregate us away from what we are supposed to be entitled to. And so I'm looking at these young brothers and everything, sisters and everything, and they were very polite and cool and everything. And all of a sudden, one of the officers was so agitated and came storming up at me. Move, move, move. I said, well, first of all, who are you talking to? I don't have to go nowhere. Don't do that to me. Tone your voice down. See, it's how they approach you. So what they do, they aggressively come at you, Tawanda, like they did your brother, like they do any other black person. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Try to pick a fight, because, I mean, if you want to fight, then it is what it is. As long as you don't bother my son or me. And seriously, I grieve. When she grieved, I grieve. And I know she's been going through a lot. I know y'all been going through a lot. And so have I. I am a victim of a violent crime. And she said it. They don't be killing you. They'll rape you. I was that victim. I had family members that were killed. You don't know who did what. There are people out here who work with the police.
Excuse me.
They pay them. They do drugs together. They put the drugs in the community to bring disunity.
That's right.
So I'm on Greenmount talking to the kids, and all of a sudden this one officer grabs his gun like this. He like this. I said, bro, you so trigger hungry. What's wrong with you? Why are you acting crazy? He was aggressive to me. So the other one, the tall white officer with the white shirt, came up to me. I'm sorry, I apologize, miss. Okay, what are you apologizing for if you know that the officer is trying to be an idiot? He's an idiot, being an idiot. And I'm saying that. He's a coward. So he came up on me, and I'm kind of like, you know, I'm a type of person, you're not going to trigger me out of my character. So I'm going to, the way you approach me, I'm not going to approach you like I was like, hold on, tone your voice down, first of all. Don't come at me like that. Sir, hold on, I'm going to be calm, and you be calm. Because what they're going to do, they're going to try to provoke you out of your character. And this is what I'm telling our community, our black brothers. Instead of you arguing with the officer, let them say what they want, long as they'll put their hands on you. Let them do what they want, long as they'll put their hands on you. Because they want to get you out of your character so you can react and still respond the right way. So when you start reacting, they get up under your black skin and start doing that thing. Coming at you, holding that trigger. They got to have something to, you know, come at you with. So I'm standing there. They wanted everybody to move off of Greenmount Avenue. I said, why they gotta go home? Why they gotta go? They grown ups. It's the 4th of July. Everybody else having a party and it's hot. Is there any law in the curfew to go home? So we just want them to get out in the middle of the street. It don't matter. down there, I bet you they'll do what I asked them. They were shocked.
That's right.
Do you know they said go all the way around and come in? I said, all right, I got on my microphone. I said, hey, all right, everybody with my big mouth. I want all y'all. I want to talk to y'all. Listen up. We're not ignorant. We're not dumb. We're not stupid.
That's
and
right.
we're not no
That's
black
right.
Negroes that they can just treat us any kind of way.
That's right.
Check this out. Show how intelligent we are. Do me a favor, y'all. Can y'all just get out of the middle street? Y'all can stay out here as long as y'all want. They can't make you go home. Stay out here, just get on the curb, move over. Because the police was doubting that I could get them to move. Everybody, yes ma'am. It's how you keep them.
That's right.
It's how you come at them.
That's right.
Do you understand, y'all? And this is what's happening. They go from block to block to block to block, house to house, whatever they do. Okay, I don't see nobody out here. Nobody out here that have not done something wrong. The police sneaking around all the time, Tawanda. I watch them. I ain't gonna call no names.
I'm gonna call their names.
I don't even know their name, to be honest with you. But I'm gonna tell you something. Whatever your name is, Fernandez, Jones, call them. Nicholas Chapman, pepper spray evidence, huh? Okay, Derek Beasley, MSU, David Lewis, I know you. You put me out of school, out of Morgan. You are part of them that kicked me, put handcuffs on me wrongfully after I had become a rape victim. This man right here, they were involved. Look, I called with David. His name is MSU, David Lewis. He was among them. See, they got another police car. What you rolling up here for? Here you go. Latrice Lee, Alex Hashigan, Eric Hinton, Matthew Cooks, whatever that is. See, Alfie, look like he off. He got the word off in his name. Look at him. He off. Okay, Danielle Lewis. Obstruction of justice. Who is this? I don't know who that is.
He's one of the damn detectives.
One of the detectives. They detecting you all day, 24/7. And then you got, who is this corrupt, do nothing, obstructive? Who is this last corruption, obstructive? Let me explain something to y'all, and I'm not going to take no more of your time. What's his name? What's his name? That's Marla Mosley. Oh yeah, let me talk about her for a second.
Yeah, talk about her.
Let me talk about her for a second. Marilyn Mosby.
Yeah.
You remember January the 14th, 2012, when Darian Clark raped me, jumped in my car? You left me and my son homeless. You left us homeless. And you wonder why we grieve and we talk about the problems? Yeah, you left. I can't do nothing but forgive you.
She just want to be on judge.
But the problem is, you're the one that told them, oh, I'm not prosecuting minor drug cases. Because why? Your family came from a line of police in your family, and you can pass laws when you get good and doggone ready and don't even realize you will give an account to God.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Leadership. The Bible says, rulers are not a terror of them of good works. We ain't got to be afraid of y'all, because I'm not doing anything to do any harm to you. But you took and left me and my son homeless and stole our victim witness money. And this is what's going on. Everything is about money, y'all. They money hungry. And they want to use your vulnerable situation like Tawanda's brother and different ones. They want to use your vulnerable situation to keep you vulnerable so they can take advantage of you and make money, and they build a business. And right now they attacked my home, trying to get me to relocate. I had everybody on my neighborhood attack me for no reason. Jumping up in my face wanting to fight me. For what? I ain't did up to you. My neighbor, she went for, what is it, what's the thing? She went next door to me. Went for, what is that thing? Parole and probation used to. But they smoke more crack than me. I ain't never touched drugs. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? You know, I ride past, I see officers sitting in their car, nodding. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? They nodding. And I'm explaining to y'all, it's a lot going on. I want to encourage you all. Be encouraged. Keep that fight up. Put your fists up. Don't take down for nothing.
That's right.
Stick together.
That's right.
Together we stand. Divided we fall. Stand up for what's right. Don't take no mess off of the police. Don't let no police just jump up and beat on somebody. If you know down here early in my car. I ain't had no gas in it. It looked like they tampered with my car. I don't care. They scratched my car up. Oh, really? It's just materialistic.
That's right.
You fight with her, you fight with me.
Cell blocks for killer cops.
Say that again.
Cell blocks for killer cops.
Cell blocks for killer cops. Cell blocks for killer cops. You mess with her, you mess with me. You mess with me, you mess with her. This is how we gotta be, y'all. We all we got, we all we need.
That's right.
Y'all be encouraged. I love y'all. Angel Sela. God bless y'all.
And God bless y'all. I just want to thank y'all. I just want to definitely thank y'all. And just let y'all know, and it's sad that it don't even matter if you don't even say anything to a police officer. My sister talked about, like, don't entertain them. But you can, like, how can you not entertain them when you're being pulled over?
Right.
You're being pulled over with guns drawn to your face, your head, and you and your sister car, you ain't doing a damn thing wrong but giving a lady a ride that was in need of a ride.
Right.
Freddie
And
Gray
then-
didn't say nothing.
Exactly. All he did was right.
Exactly.
And he got the life beat out of him. So at this point, it don't even matter if we say anything or don't say anything. If they want to kill you, it's like Russian roulette when you're dealing with the police.
Right.
That's it.
It's a
And they
game.
be that one bullet to take your life. It depends on how they feeling that day. If they having a good day, then you might survive.
Right.
You might survive.
Yep.
But if they having a bad day, guess what?
They gotta
gonna
make
beat
that
you, they gonna
money.
kill you. You dead. That's it.
It's the money.
But it's not it, because we're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep calling them out.
That's right.
We're going to keep calling them out. So I just want to thank each and every last one of you. I'm about to wrap up because I know my sister got a long ride home and I wanted to get home safely. I want each and every last one of y'all to get home safely. And Uncle Bill has a challenge meeting tonight. What time is the challenge meeting? I think it's over. Is it 9? Is it 9? I don't know the time.
What time is it?
8:19.
Oh, 8 now. Well, he having this challenge meeting at 9 o'clock. So anybody that want to join this challenge meeting
Oh,
online.
I'm sorry, we had to postpone it because the comrade that was going to lead it had something come up. It's
I
next
don't
week.
mean to say awesome, yes! Because I was tired, I ain't feel like it tonight, I ain't going loud, like, yeah, I was all looking like, you still having it? God is good, won't he do it? So that's gonna be next week, but again, like, for real, like, next week, if y'all can, like, next Saturday, if you can go with Runners for Justice and go out there just to support them, that's please do, but definitely, Sunday, next Sunday, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, please meet me on Kentmore and Kelsway. Kentmore and Kelsway. You know, it's just sad, like it's sad times, like at 7 o'clock. That's the time that these maniacs, and I'm going to end on this note, and it's not all of them, because I told you I was 17. I finally, after 8 years, and I still think it was way more than that, but it was only 17 of them that actually went down for their little phony interview. They ain't gonna tell you that they got an interview. But you see them with their hands out, my brother's blood is on their hands. And since I can't spend time with him, that's why for these 8 years I've been spending time with them.
That's right.
And that's how it's gonna be.
That's right. That's right.
I didn't ask for this, they brought it to me. They brought it to my family. And as long as I got breath in my body, I'm gonna bring it to them. We're gonna spend time. I'm gonna spend all the time on their heels, putting them out there, throwing them under the damn bus. They lucky I don't ride them over with a bus. Let me end on this note. Because why get into my feelings. So anyway, live to love to live. I love you all, and I will see you guys next week, West Wednesday, and it's crazy. 416 weeks next week, y'all. How many more weeks before we get accountability? How many more?
How many more?
How many more? You gotta go a whole nother 8 years, like my sister said. So before we wrap up, let's say we want accountability, because we came here to get his autopsy report. So I need everybody to go give us Timothy Fleming's autopsy report ASAP.
Timothy Jerome Fleming.
Timothy Jerome Fleming autopsy report ASAP. Timothy Jerome Fleming autopsy ASAP. Timothy Jerome Fleming autopsy ASAP. Timothy Jerome Fleming autopsy report ASAP. Don't make this family wait another 154 days. And please don't lie on his toxicology report, because his sisters and family members know exactly what he used and didn't use.
Exactly.
Don't try to paint a black man. Everybody that y'all murdered, it was on some type of drug, they was super Negro, that y'all feared for your life, and you make it fit. That's why I hope all y'all burn in hell.
And they will.
Every last one of y'all.
They will.
I wish karma. That's what I
accountability.
wish karma on each and every last one of y'all. Thank you.